Folks, welcome, and big news is broke just yesterday as apparently there is a Russian website that claims there was an attempted assassination attempt of Tucker Carlson before he was going to speak to Vladimir Putin. Like, this is shocking if this is actually true. Now, I'm not saying I 100% believe it. It's from a Russian website. It hasn't been completely verified. And even in it, I do have questions about it. But when he talks, you can kind of see the link to Ukraine and the Ukraine to the CIA. And would I put it past the current government to assassinate an American to stop them from doing something they didn't want them to do? Well, considering they kind of have a 50-year history of doing that, like, it's at least plausible. But I'm not necessarily just going to go gung-ho with it, as I do have questions. But we have got to jump into this, as this is huge stuff, at least I think it is. A young man has reportedly been arrested in Moscow in connection with an attempted assassination of Tucker Carlson. According to reporter Simon Ateba, the man who has been arrested was reportedly being paid by Ukrainian intelligence to plant an explosive device in a vehicle used by Tucker while he was there to interview Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, a couple questions right there. Okay, now why would Ukraine want him dead? Why? Like what? Like Ukraine's in the middle of a war with Russia, but what are they really getting out of Tucker Carlson being assassinated there before he speaks to Putin? Like, I don't think that's going to make Putin look bad. Like, obviously, okay, he was killed. Well, who has the interest to kill him? All right, well, either it was a Ukrainian or someone else. So I don't really, get I don't get what they're getting out of it. Now, if someone from the CIA was like, hey, we don't want him to talk to Putin since we're the ones like pushing and funding this whole thing because we're actually at war with Russia without being at war with Russia right now, that to me carries more weight. Here's the tweet by Simon Ateba, the chief house white correspondent of Today News Africa in Washington. Breaking attempted assassination of Tucker Carlson. A man has just been arrested in Moscow, accused of being paid by Ukrainian intelligence to plant an explosive device in Tucker Carlson's vehicle and assassinate the prominent American journalist while he was there to interview Putin. That's all that's left on the little extension. A video has been released showing a 35-year-old man by the name of Vasilev. Oh man, I'm going to butcher this. Pyotr Alexovich, I butchered that, I know, who claims he was ordered by the main directorate of intelligence of the Ukraine Ministry of Defense in November 2023 to take an explosive device to the parking garage of the Four Seasons Motel in Moscow and place it under the vehicle used to transport Tucker Carlson. Mr. Alexovich claims he was going to be paid $4,000 for completing the task of attaching the explosive device to Carlson's vehicle, but he was detained in the planning process. Near the end of the videotape confession, the stone-faced alleged criminal admits his target was American journalist Tucker Carlson and says, "I'm sorry for what I did." You can tell he's reading off something, so you can see the original report was published here at MVLEHTI. I'm not sure how to say that, .net. Has not been verified. It claims he was working for he is a Russian working for Ukrainian intelligence, and he is a native Russian. So got that turned up. So let's listen to this and check it out.
88 года рождения, уроженец Подольска. В ноябре 23 года был завербован сотрудником ГУР Украины через сеть интернет.
Actually, I'm gonna blow this up and start over.
88 года рождения, уроженец Подольска. В ноябре 23 года был завербован сотрудником ГУР Украины через сеть интернет. Проходил обучение работе спецспека со спецсвязью, сбора подрыва взрывных устройств, а также работе с тайниками. 31 января куратор получил задание забрать с тайника взрывное устройство и использовать его для подрыва автомобиля.
Что вам обещали?
Где есть рождения 4.
Now, again, talking about why would Ukraine do this, you have to understand that over the Western media, as you see it now, keeps telling you that, oh, the war began, just a few years ago. If you go to over there and you actually find videos that talk to Ukrainians and talk to Russians in the Luhansk and Donetsk region, Luhansk and Donetsk, to them, this war has been going on since 2014. They don't look at it the way that we do. to them, they've been at war for almost 10 years. That's ever since the coup in 2014 and when they started bombing innocent civilians in the Luhansk and Donetsk region. And you can look that up in CNN, Reuters. Everyone was talking about it the whole time they were doing it. And now all of a sudden we're on their side. So to them, this has been an ongoing war, right? So why all of a sudden, there's such a desire to stop Putin from getting out his message? He's openly said this at the UN. He's talked about this on the world stage for years. This is not news. Now, you wouldn't have seen it on CNN. You wouldn't have seen it on any other websites, Western media, but he has been saying, you can find the material. He has been doing it the whole time. So why, if he's been saying it all the time during the war, would now they want to kill a journalist trying to talk to him? Again, that leads me to believe that the CIA in America is far more to gain by stopping Tucker Carlson than Ukraine does.
$1000
Где должно было быть применено взрывное устройство?
На подземной парковке отеля «Фашизм» в Москве. Необходимо было забрать взрывное устройство из тайника и заложить его под транспорт.
Против кого планировалось применить взрывное устройство?
Ну, сообщили.
Сейчас вы знаете, кто был целью?
Да, американский журналист Carlson.
Что пошло не так?
На этапе подготовки был задержан, содеянным раскаиваюсь.
So there's the video. Here, Kanikoa reported on the attempted assassination. Kanikoa, the great breaking Russian counterterrorism unit, thwarts assassination attempt on Tucker Carlson. A Moscow man was arrested for allegedly, and you know the whole deal. So, who has to gain from this? Really? Russia doesn't have anything to gain from this because they've been saying this the whole time, right? They've been talking about this the whole time, ever since the coup in 2014. Like, hey, Minsk Accords, you're supposed to stop bombing these people. And now we know that the three people on the European side all basically feigned that whole agreement and was used to simply buy time for this war. So they lied when they signed that, right? So if he's been trying to get his message out the whole time, trying to talk to the world, doing it constantly, he has no motivation to kill him. So it doesn't make any sense to do it from the Russian side. And the Ukrainians, that's not really going to change anything if he talks to Tucker Carlson, because he's been saying the same thing already the whole time. So CIA, America, who has the greatest motivation to stop Tucker Carlson from talking to Vladimir Putin as he did in the interview? Now, it's unverified. Could this be, a psyop? Putin is KGB. He's smart. Maybe he thought of, hey, this will make them look real bad, and hurt them domestically and really take away their desire to make this war. Could it be fake? Absolutely. I don't know anything past this video as it's just been reported, but I'll try to dig. I'll try to find some new stuff as soon as I can. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Either way, folks, it's big news, but it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But until I bring you some new stuff, take care, and I'll see you next time.